My back! Something's wrong with my back! Feels like it's on fire!
An actual case. You will join Lieutenant Greeley and Sergeant Logan of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Homicide Division. In terminology, MO stands for the method of operation of a criminal. Some crimes are easily placed in a pattern. Some are not. Sergeants Gorman and Lepasque of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department drew one that made no sense. A call from a payphone on Highway 99 informed the department that the caller was about to kill a man. Any man. To prove that he could commit the perfect crime.
Gorman to Lepasque.
Lepasque, go ahead.
My 1020 garage, en route to the payphone, ETA 15 minutes. If this isn't a prank, it could be a rough one. Some guy's gonna get killed.
Thanks. Hey, that was the main highway back there. Where are you going?
I promised this friend I'd stop off and pick up a package. Only take a minute.
I hope so. You know how it is when you haven't seen your girl in a couple months. Every minute seems like a 20-mile forced march.
Yeah, sure.
Say, that's a good-looking set of wrenches you got there.
Don't touch anything.
They're imported. Very best hand-forged German steel. Sent all the way to Braunschweig for them.
There's a place in Santa Ana. That's near where I'm stationed. They turn out a pretty fair line of tools.
What are you inferring?
I don't get you.
Yes, you do. You're suggesting I'm not patriotic just because I buy foreign merchandise. That's the trouble. Put a guy in uniform and right away he's telling people how to live.
I didn't say that. All I said was...
I know what you said. A man should shop with the local merchants. That's what you said. Why? Because you're made in America? That makes you such a masterpiece?
Look, let's drop it. I don't want to argue. You have your convictions, you're entitled to them. Live and let live. That's my motto.
Yeah. Semper Fidelis.
Only a minute, you said. It's been nearly a half an hour. Are you sure you know where you're going?
Road's around here someplace.
Well, don't you know?
Maybe that was it, that crossroad back there. I'll take a look. Yeah, We're on the right road.
My back! Something's wrong with my back! Feels like it's on fire!
There was nothing we could do but wait. The whole thing could be a prank. At 7:25, we changed our minds. The sheriff's station in Newhall received notification that a rancher had just delivered a critically wounded Marine to the local hospital. Sergeant LePasque and I decided to follow it up. This could be the answer to the riddle. We called for a statement clerk and headed for the hospital.
Next thing I knew, some guy I'd never seen before was bending over me, shoving a needle into my arm. Sorry to haul you fellas out on a night like this.
Don't worry about us, son. We're in business round the clock.
Look, I guess it'd be keeping me here for a while. I'd appreciate it if you'd see to it that somebody notifies my CO. Otherwise, I'll be marked DOL. I only had a 3-day pass.
Sure, son, we'll take care of it.
Something else if it's not too much trouble. My girl's expecting me at Bakersfield. Barbara Peters, 1942 Front Street. Would you phone her and tell her I won't be able to keep our date tonight? She's sure to worry if...
I knew they built those Marines tough.
Doesn't look too good, huh, Doc?
Well, we'll do what we can. He's lost a lot of blood. I still can't understand how he managed to walk that far. The head injuries are bad enough, but it's his back that's got me stumped.
Well, how's that?
A spray of lead fragments are embedded in his back. Not pellets like from a shotgun, but fragments, jagged pieces, all sizes and shapes. You boys figure it.
We will, Doc. Don't worry. You call this girl, I'll get on an APB.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, he was thorough.
Hey, Jerry, come here.
All right, Tony?
This.
39 cents in any drugstore. Must be 1 million of them in circulation.
Can I help it if our man has conventional taste?
Those lead fragments they dug out of Sergeant Wesson's back. First, they had a stump for fair. See, he was really peppered, and the spray was too widespread to be a barrel charge, assuming he was shot at close range, and that's the way we've got it doped. So we experimented. Now, this is the front seat from the same model car. According to Wesson's testimony, he was sitting approximately here when he was wounded.
That's right.
Well, that's probably what saved his life. Or rather, this spring did. Our tests show one way that this could have happened. A bullet fired at close range struck that coiled spring, which both deflected its course and shattered it.
It was a bullet, then.
Oh, yeah. 22 as near as we can make it out.
Well, if the two men were alone in the car, they're both sitting in the front seat.
Then how did Wesson get shot from behind? Did you ever hear of a booby trap?
Any change in Wesson's condition?
About the same. 3 blood transfusions. He's sure making a fight of it, though.
Sergeant Gorman. Who? Yeah, send him in. We have a caller. Mr. Walensky, I'm Sergeant Gorman. Come in.
My partner, Sergeant LePass.
Mr. Walensky?
Sit down.
Thank you. I feel like a dope wasting your time like this, but... Well, my old lady, she wouldn't get off my back until I talked to you. It's your civic duty, she says. When you just try and argue with my old lady.
It's about the Wesson shooting, I understand?
Well, how do I know? A little thing, that's all it was. Well, tell him, my wife says. It's the little things that count, she says. With the little things they build their cases, she says. I think she's been seeing too many of those mystery movies.
Mr. Walensky, suppose you tell us anyway. Maybe your wife is right.
Well, sure, she's right. I got nothing better to do. Well, see, I'm a lineman, and I work for the phone company. And I was out in the country on some emergency repairs in the same area where that Marine got dumped. And I happened to see this truck pull up, see?
What kind of a truck?
A light panel job, a delivery truck, some kind of cleaners. Anyway, it seemed kind of funny parking there and no houses close by. And I noticed also that the radio was playing. Real long hair stuff. Yeah, real long hair. Then I see this guy out in the brush moving around like he's looking for something. So I figured he must have been the driver. That's all.
Did you get a good look at this man?
No, I had a lot better things to do. When I got home, I just happened to mention it to the wife. That's all. Just in passing, I happened to mention it, and boy, will I ever learn to keep my big fat mouth shut.
Mr. Walensky, could you describe this truck in greater detail? You said it was some kind of delivery truck for cleaners?
Yeah. It was something like Acme, Ajax, Apex, Apex, something like that. Anyway, it began with an A. It was a gray truck. A light gray truck.
In the county of Los Angeles, there are 782 cleaning establishments whose names begin with the letter A. For 5 days, Sergeant LePasque and I, together with a team of uniformed personnel, systematically checked the shops, looking for a lead.
I'm sure you must be mistaken. Orville's always been a good employee. Never as much as a nickel short in his collections.
We just want to talk to him, Mr. Flinch. It's what he does when he's off duty that interests us.
Oh, that's Orville.
You Orville Greer?
Yeah.
Sheriff's office. I'd like to talk to you.
And what about?
About a Marine who was shot.
Oh, that Marine, yeah. I read about it in the paper. Think he'll live?
It's pretty hard to kill a Marine.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You ever try to kill one?
No, not that I remember.
We understand you were at the scene of the crime a week ago.
Mm-hmm. I was there. You probably know that there was someone else there, too.
Oh?
Who? Telephone lineman. Sure, I was there. Just looking around was all. I'd read about it in the paper, and I was curious. You know something? Nothing to it. Oh, hand me that bottle of ink there, please.
What kind of a car do you drive?
A top bag. See for yourself. Oh, that's the part I like best.
What's that?
Listen, second movement.
Oh, yeah.
Orville? You live near here?
Yeah, a couple miles away.
Mind taking us to your house?
No.
Let's look at your car first, huh?
Sure. Well, you've seen my room. What else can I do to help you?
Where's your mother?
She went shopping, I guess.
You said just the two of you live here?
Mm-hmm. Well, she wanted to take in boarders, but I talked her out of it.
What's out back?
My workshop. Want to see it?
You always keep it locked?
Well, I got a lot of expensive tools and equipment inside. I wouldn't want anything to happen to them. I make it a rule never to loan anything. That's how much I value my belongings. Would you, for instance, lend me your gun?
I guess not.
You see?
Boy, with a layout like this, couldn't I knock myself out a pair of bookends?
You don't get this kind of equipment with green stamps. Those are hand-forged. Aren't they beautiful?
Beautiful. Where'd they come from?
Germany, Braunschweig.
Braunschweig.
There's one missing.
Oh. This what you're looking for? I had them out yesterday cleaning them. That one in particular. I really had to scrub and scrub.
We'll have to impound these for evidence.
You'll get a receipt for them.
Well, just don't let anything happen to them. It'd be hard to replace, you know.
Not as hard as someone's life. Greer. What's that over there?
Oh, it's an old barn.
I know it's an old barn, but whose?
Oh, I don't know. It's been there as long as I can remember. Abandoned that way. Belongs to somebody, I guess.
Clyde, would you say it's big enough to hold a sedan?
I'd say so.
Let's take a walk over.
Well, that's how it was done. The line leads from the firing mechanism to the seat adjuster. Push the seat forward, blew it.
You still insist you don't know whose car this is or how it got here?
Well, like I said, it's not my barn.
We better not touch anything more till the print man gets here.
Oh, they won't find anything.
No?
Oh. You're up against a clever man. You don't think he'd slip up on a little thing like fingerprints. I bet they don't find a clue in that car, even with all their scientific equipment.
Nothing bothers you, does it?
Why should I be bothered? I haven't done anything.
Supposing we take you down to Sergeant Weston, he makes a positive ID, what then?
Oh, he'd be mistaken. Oh, you could never get a conviction on a thing like that. His word against mine. Consider his condition. After all he's been through, no wonder he'd be a little mixed up.
All the same, we're going to take you downtown.
Funny. Funny coincidence. I read in a magazine once about a guy who rigged a device exactly like that. Very clever. He was a regular criminal mastermind.
They finally caught up with him, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he made a mistake.
Penn didn't have any prints. Even the St. Christopher's medal was wiped clean. What we need is one piece of physical evidence, something that can't be explained away.
Yeah. And he sits there laughing at us. LePasque. Yeah? Thanks, Mac. Yeah, we're on our way. McKinley thinks he may have the answer for us. Come on.
Yep, we got the gold fleck from Greer's wrench. And that photo is a blow-up of what we got on our spectroscope.
Yeah, well, how'd it get on the wrench?
Well, Greer scrubbed his wrench real good. Baking soda and steel wool. But he couldn't scrub out that little piece of gold. It was really embedded, which means that the adhesion occurred under considerable force.
Like the impact of a blow?
If a man holds up his left hand to ward off a blow, like that, well, we checked Sergeant Wesson's ring. It's got the prettiest little nick you ever saw.
Can you prove that the gold fleck on the wrench came from Wesson's ring?
Sure. The spectrogram does that. The marks on line number 1 are the spectrum of the gold flake found on the wrench. These marks on line 2 are from the Marine's ring. They match exactly. They're twin prints. Now, all the spectrums from line number 3 on down are from the rings of all those who could possibly have touched the wrench, including some of our own deputies.
Yeah, I can see they're much larger.
Right. And there were no striations on any of the other rings that matched that piece of gold. So, there you are.
How do you like that?
Oh, I gotta hand it to you. That's what I call real detective work. Nailing in a little thing like that. I really gotta hand it to you.
You ready to give it up now?
Oh, sure. I'm a good sport. Call it a stenographer. I'll dictate the whole thing. Well, I understand the sergeant's gonna live.
That's the word.
You gotta admit I was pretty neat, though. Came pretty close to foxing you all.
Yeah. If you hadn't returned to the scene of the crime, we might never have gotten a line on you. Why did you go back anyway?
Well, I realized I lost my pen. Went back to hunt for it.
That? Pen had no prints on it. It couldn't possibly incriminate you.
That's not the point. I'll bet you wonder why I did it, huh? It wasn't for the money, if that's what you think. Maybe you think I'm not all here? Well, that's what they're sure to think. The jury, you know. How do you make them understand? A man has to reach for something once in a while. Just try. It's like pulling the perfect crime. That's something. Yeah. They'll never understand.
I don't imagine they will.
I wanted this to be the perfect crime. Smooth, neat, no mistakes. Dropping that pen bothered me. It meant that I was careless. It meant that all the thinking and planning I'd done was for nothing. You understand? It was the principle of the thing.